Cotton cola. Alright, so my final 2017 related video in 2018, my top 5 least favorite shows of 2017. So the reason why I'm only doing 5 is because a lot of the shows that I've seen this year I really liked or just thought were okay, and a couple of shows on this list I thought were just okay as well. But I felt weird doing like a top 3, and I definitely couldn't do a top 10, so top 5. So yeah, I don't really have any honorable mentions for this one, so let's just get right into it. Number 5, Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 9. I actually didn't dislike Season 9 of the hit HBO series. However, I felt awkward doing just a top 4 worst TV shows of 2017 list, so I decided to include the latest season of the hit Larry David show. Um, on here. And this latest season wasn't that it was bad, it just wasn't as good as some of the previous seasons. I do kind of feel bad for putting the show on my list because Larry David once again does a fine job, and there are a lot of guest stars on here that I really like, such as Bryan Cranston and Lin-Manuel Miranda. But the writing is definitely weaker, and the pacing and tone is awkward, not in the funny way like in the previous seasons, but in a legitimately awkward way. So that's why I'm putting Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 9 as my fifth least favorite show of 2017. Number 4, Taboo Season 1. I really want to like this show. It stars Tom Hardy, who I really like in movies like Inception, Locke, Bronson, and of course Dark Knight Rises, Dunkirk, the list goes on. It is co-created by Stephen Knight, who also created the magnificent Peaky Blinders show on BBC and Netflix, and wrote the scripts to two really good movies, Eastern Promises and Locke, and is distributed by FX, who also distributed 3 other amazing shows in 2017: Fargo, Feud, Betty and Joan, and Legion. So, with all that said, Taboo Season 1 can't be bad, right? Well, it isn't necessarily bad, but it is definitely not good. Watching the show, I can tell that a lot of effort was put into making the show. The performances are great, the production design is incredible. However, it is also extremely boring, and it did take me a while to really care or sympathize with the main character. Also, there are a lot of weird editing choices in this show that turn me off. I really want to like this show, but unfortunately, I just did not like Taboo Season 1. Number 3, Iron Fist. Oh boy, Iron Fist Season 1. This is not just one of the worst shows of 2017, but in my opinion, it is the worst Marvel show that Netflix has distributed ever, and for plenty of good reasons. It features actors who are trying way too hard, playing characters who are really annoying. I especially didn't like Danny Rand, who is constantly and openly declaring himself to pretty much everyone that he meets as the immortal Iron Fist, you know? I am the Iron Fist. Only I can do this because I am the Iron Fist. Shut up, man. But to Finn Jones, who plays Danny Rand, and to the rest of the actors' credit, even though I can tell they are trying a little too hard, they aren't bad. Like, they aren't really that bad. Um, they are able to deliver fine performances despite spewing unbearably awkward dialogue. The only character and actress that I really liked and cared about was Jessica Henwick, who plays Colleen Wing. But besides Colleen's storyline and maybe a couple of fight sequences in this show, like in episode 6 and episode 12, Iron Fist Season 1 is not a good show and definitely deserves to be third on my worst shows of 2017 list. Number 2, The Young Pope. When I first saw the trailer for this show, I was hooked. It looked like it could be a deeply philosophical look into religion, and it could be an excellent story about this um, tyrant, the new American Pope, Lenny Bernardo, who could be this disturbed, but also controlling and possibly physically abusive tyrant, and that the rest of the cardinals and nuns would have to deal with this guy. And he is kind of a tyrant and controlling, but mostly he's just this temper tantrum throwing man child who constantly goes back and forth on his belief in God. His belief in God in the show is super inconsistent, and the rest of the show is really bad as well. It is extremely slow, and it shows us imagery that the creators think is super deep, but in reality is super pretentious. There are some good things though, which I will mention, like the performances. Jude Law, Lenny, the character that Jude plays, does kind of suck as a character, but Jude Law did a nice job. Diane Keaton as Sister Mary and Silvio Orlando as Cardinal Voyello. I think I pronounced that correctly. They do a good job as well. The almost everything technical, the cinematography, production design, costumes, all really great. But unfortunately, the bad things about the show, like the kooky writing and weird editing and pretentious imagery, do overshadow the good. Number 1, Marvel's Inhumans. This is definitely my least favorite, not just Marvel show, but also my least favorite show on ABC in general. And there have been a lot of bad ABC shows. This is definitely like one of the worst shows I've seen in a while. This is, like I said before, this is my least favorite Marvel show. Even worse than Iron Fist. There is literally nothing good about this show. The writing, the directing, the acting, the visuals, even the score sucks. A friend of mine decided to watch this show because of an apparently cool character named Black Bolt. And my friend also liked Black Bolt in the show. I really don't get why. He was just really annoying, and just that his dog just, I don't know. The dog was so bad. That was some of the worst CGI that I've seen in a while. I get it, that's an ABC show, but they were also presenting this on IMAX, so I mean you could try a little bit better. Black Bolt may be cool in the comics, but in the show, I really didn't like him at all, or any characters. Uh, all the characters are bad. None of the actors do a good job. Unlike the other shows on this list, I did not like a single aspect about this show. It is really bad, and is such a huge waste of time and deserves to be not just on mine, but on everyone's least favorite shows list of 2017. Alright, so that is it on everything 2017 media related. I'm looking forward to moving on to 2018 in terms of movies and shows. There are lots of movies and shows I'm looking forward to seeing this year. And yeah, I hope to do reviews on all those, and I hope that I'll see you guys soon. Alright, bye.